what do you say? Let's just answer some Echoes of Wisdom questions. We're in the Echo Chamber, and you can also these people. I'm imagining these people are coming into the chamber, and they're stuck here
And
now.
they're
So
yeah, and they're trapped in here with us. You're trapped in the echo chamber.
we got some questions. Some of the stuff we've hit upon a little bit in our series, but maybe this is a kind of an opportunity to finalize our thoughts on some of these things or see where we're at. So, for example, Lunar Wing asks, what do we think about the stamps as a collectible? I was quite fond of the stamps, actually. Just getting the different. It was always exciting to get the different cards and see what it was going to be, and also it just was like one that was there was like the right amount of them in the game and everything. So I was pro stamp. McKenna, what about you? How do you feel about the stamps?
I like the concept. I wish the actual stamps had been a little different, like more unique and like specific to the area where you're getting them.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I like
Because
that.
you get like repeats.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
but I like collecting them. I like searching, finding them in goofy areas.
Corey, what did you think?
Yeah, it's probably a mix of both of you two. I have a similar sentiment where it's like the thing about the stamps is that functionally they're an awesome like it's cool. They're almost their own reward in a sense because they incentivize exploration. Because if you go off the beaten path, or if you decide to go over this ledge or over these trees, you could find a little stamp station that's just hanging out on this ledge. And like, that's literally how the stamps were actually one of the big driving factors for me in the early game because I was like, if I've found all the stamps, that means I've explored as much as I can. And I love that for like from a gameplay standpoint, the way that you get the stamps is I think perfect. Like I love that idea. But I also agree with McKenna that like it could have taken a note from like Spirit Tracks because Spirit Tracks has those like postcard stamp things that you can get or something like that where it's like a different one for each area or whatever. And like I love the little artwork that you get of Stamp Guy, but you after a while you start to get a bunch of repeats, and it would have been fun if maybe like for each one is unique and you get a different little piece of art of Stamp Guy in the area or something like that. And then the one other thing I would say because uh, by and large, I think I'm very positive on it. But the one other thing, though I do love the silliness of the stamp outfit, I kind of wish the reward was something a little bit more practical. Because I don't that outfit doesn't do anything besides like maybe get a few reactions from some people. I kind of wish it was something that had some use to it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I feel like I liked overall the distribution of rewards. Like there would be some middle stuff that's like golden egg or something like that, but
Yeah,
you
that's
get
true.
a bottle, which was
Yep.
nice. And it sort of reminded me of the seashells in Link's Awakening, where you'd hit different tiers and there would be more useful stuff, you know, depending on what level you achieved. At least I think, but yeah, I can see that. I sort of have a thing with it where I felt like collecting the stamps was sort of its own reward, as you said, and like it's a thing I have with a lot of Zelda games when I think about like, oh, I wish like maybe this reward could be more useful in that there's not much you could have given me that would have been a game changer. You know what I mean? Like that's there's not many Zelda games where I feel like the collectible, like if you collect all of them, like if you've done that, you've played a good chunk of the game, and like the game, like collecting that as well as everything else in the game, it's gonna be pretty like you're not gonna have any issues. You know, you're gonna have all the heart pieces, so you're gonna be
That's
powered up.
Yeah, that's fair. I hear. Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
But
That's
I,
fair.
I could still see like wanting, you know, maybe the stamp outfit could do something, even if it was
Yeah,
something
like, it
more
would be.
silly or fun. You know.
Yeah, even if it was just something where like it adds a little special effect when you summon an echo. You know, just an additional visual flair or something. It doesn't have to like make you busted and be able to beat anything, but like just a little something a little bit more. Because even the example you just gave, like the seashells in Link's Awakening, there's significantly less of those, and the reward for that is a fully upgraded sword. You know?
Uh huh.
And I
Yeah.
think of something like what this is probably a little unfair of an example because I think this is one of the best collectibles, but My Mai's and A Link Between Worlds, like you get excellent upgrades all along the way, and when you get all of them, you get the huge great spin, which is absolutely busted in that game. So I think
Yes.
there's like a balance they can hit. I don't think overall though the stamps I think were really good.
Yeah, and Stamp Guy was a fun character, I thought, and just like the artwork that you mentioned was also very fun.
Yeah, I love that. That gave me big Tingle vibes.
Yeah,
Tingle's
like the
Rosy Rupee Land
hyper
vibes.
realistic buff chat
Yeah.
guy.
They're testing the waters.
Yeah, yeah.
Can
Can we
the
bring
people
Tingle
handle-
back?
Wow.
Here I got a question here from you don't have to have an exact amount if you don't know, but Bobby Dingers asked, how many hours did it take you to complete the game? I don't know specifically, but does anyone else have a decent idea of how long it took?
Oh, let's see. What was my
Oh, you're gonna
profile
play
say?
I'm gonna check right now. Just 'cause I have it.
I spent a little time after, like, beating the
Okay.
game.
The benefits of having your Switch
Okay.
right there.
So mine says played for 35 hours or more, and I 100% of the game.
Okay.
So
Mine says
And
played for 40 hours or more.
Okay, that sounds. I had 30 or more, and
Yeah.
I don't think I 100%ed it, but I got like all the stamps and all the heart containers, so I did a decent amount.
I typically when I do a lot of that side stuff, I wait to finish the game until I'm mostly done. But this time I finished the story, and like I do all that stuff along the way anyways. But I finished the story, and then I know I put in at least maybe another couple hours getting the rest of the stuff I hadn't gotten, mostly just the echoes.
Mhm.
But yeah, 35 hours for 100%. That's pretty short compared
Yeah.
to some Zelda games.
I mean, it's a good length for a game like
Yeah.
this, I would say. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want it to be longer. You know what I mean? I think, like, how probably like 20 something hours if I wasn't going for as much stuff as I was. You know, which is a nice. Yeah, not every game needs to be like this crazy massive game. In
This,
fact,
th-
I appreciate it when they're not. Oftentimes.
Just speaking on like the pacing of this game, I do think that it is something to be said that I set out to 100% the game, and I knew I wanted to do that earlier on, but this game does a really good job of like you can do like you naturally will do a lot of that stuff along the way. You will naturally will complete a lot of the game if you're going out of your way to explore, which I think is really cool. This game does a good job of incorporating all that stuff into your playthrough, which I think is cool.